This year is fight illegal trade in wildlife. We fit very well as Kenya. As you are aware, the National Environment Management Authority works with lead agencies. Our law, Environment Management and Coordination Act, is a framework law, and within it we work with lead agencies like Kenya Wildlife Service, who have a law on wildlife.
Yeah.
This year, as you say, the president banned stockpiles of ivory,
Correct.
which was good indication about what our intentions are as a country. So nationally, we are working together with the lead agency, KWS, and that's why we've gone to Nanyuki. Laikipia is one of the areas where wildlife is housed. We have lots of wildlife outside conservation areas. If you look at internationally, the event is being hosted by Angola, which Angola is trying to do what Kenya has done in the last decade to come out of the doldrums with regard to elephant conservation. So this is the time they are doing that. So UNEP has taken the action there to actually assist them to recover their elephant herds. That Kenya has done, and therefore both Kenya and internationally and nationally, the theme is very appropriate.
Quite a well cut out theme. But perhaps, Professor, a lot has been happening in the Kenyan economy around issues that fall under your docket, under the environment really, when it comes to a lot of issues around construction, pollution, noise. Just walk us through what this particular day means in terms of creating awareness, especially on issues to do, for example, with the construction sector, where we did see a building collapse in Huruma, and it was actually built near a waterway. Perhaps, has NEMA done enough when it comes to enforcement and even issues of licensing?
Thank you. On the onset, I can tell you we've done enough. What you see is what I can call omission. But like the regulatory world works, a lot of what we regulate or what could have gone wrong, that doesn't come to the open. So what comes to the open are a few challenges that may be facing us. So from my point of view as NEMA, we have done very well with regard to controlling this. It would be very, very out of control if we had not done what we've done. What you saw in Huruma, our licensing is very clear. But at the point where we license, and first I would like to say that we hadn't licensed that building, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't have seen it. There are so many agencies which contribute to the decision making. By the time the office of NEMA, either is it at the county level or at the Director General's level, makes a decision to issue a license, we have worked with the agencies who are directly involved in the project. When it comes to, once we issue a license, we also monitor. Obviously, we have shortfalls with regards to follow-up, because a lot of our cases are involved in licensing, and then we categorize activities. When it comes to issues like the Nairobi River, multi-agency teams worked both to monitor, and sometimes these buildings or illegal structures come up so fast, and sometimes we are left chasing. But a lot of the time, especially those we have licensed, we are able to monitor and guide. It's very important that even if you hear we have given an NEMA license, it doesn't mean that that is wrong, because a license is as good as the conditions. We give a lot of licenses in the riparian areas, but the conditions of keeping out and the setback distance is what is important. And we work with lead agencies like WARMA, the Nairobi County government, to follow up and make sure that people are complying. But we have impunity happening, which we are working hard towards that.
A majority of Kenyans feel NEMA has really slept on the job, because they are the agency that approves some of these things you're seeing that are happening in the country. From a standpoint of, have people taken responsibility?
As I said, we have approved, but an approval is not the final product. We cannot. It's only in very rare circumstances that we'll tell you don't. Because a lot of the time, your land goes to the riparian area, but then the law asks you to keep out, or any other structure, depending on the risk.
Hasn't NEMA done any work in terms of putting people to account?
We have. We have, and we have challenges, of course, at all. If you look at any case...
Have we seen any arrests?
We have. Oh, we arrest a lot. What I was telling you before is that the arrests we have done, there are more. If you look at now the cases we are having in court, we have so many court cases. And this is one of the challenges we face. Because every time we go to court cases sometimes are lengthy.
Okay.
We cannot keep an EMA officer at every building throughout the night to make sure somebody is not building. So what we do is that because of impunity, even when we are continuing with court cases, you find that our officers will go there, find still there are cases people are trying to build and all that. And our request is that basically if the law is followed properly, people will continue to build.
All right.
But when the case is determined,
Yes.
the buildings will come down. So I think people also need to know that there is no need to fight a lost war already
Okay.
if the law says this. But people don't seem to understand that.
All right. Many thanks, Professor.